Hey everyone, Steven from Straight Fire Picks. We got best bets for NBA on Sunday, March 13th, 2022. We're going to have NBA player props, spreads, over-unders here for you today. We're going to have 3 picks that I think are great value bets for the Sunday NBA slate. As always, just want to thank you all for your continued support on the channel. If you're new to the channel here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We're on the road to 4,000 subscribers, guys. We're getting so close to reaching that goal. Once we reach 4,000 subscribers, we'll be doing our Parlay giveaway. So really pumped up about that. If you're a returning viewer, please also consider hitting that like button for us. It really does help us out. And just want to let you know I do appreciate all the support that you guys give here at the channel. Be sure to also check out our community Discord page. It's a great place to connect with our community. We'll have a link down in the comment section and in the description where you can check that out. Just a great way to find new ideas for bets and also connect with our community. Be sure to also drop your favorite pick down below in the comment section. If you like your pick included in our comment capper section, just be sure to put a star or an asterisk next to your pick. And we'll include your pick in the video if it hits. Okay, now a quick shout out to our Straight Fire MVPs. So you see this beautiful list of people here running beside us of all of our Straight Fire MVPs. If you're interested in becoming a Straight Fire MVP, there's a link down below in the comment section and in the description, and there's also a join button down below. I can tell you it works best on desktop devices. Really just a great way to support the stream and what we do here at the channel. And shout out to our newest Straight Fire MVP, Harold Nash. Thank you so much, Harold, for signing up and joining the tribe. Appreciate the support here at the channel. Alright, now let's get right into our results from the previous episode. So for our comment cappers, we had Eric and me calling the same game parlay with DeMar DeRozan to score 25 points and Nikola Vucevic to score 15. Minus 120 odds there on FanDuel. Cash that one. And then we had KJ dropping the heat here on the channel, calling the under 237.5 points in the Bucks Warriors game. Cash that as well. So we'd love to see that. As far as the stream results, we technically went 1-2. Now I can tell you this, the Halliburton prop, most of you likely cashed though. So we had the over 19.5 points on Tyrese Halliburton. He finished with 19, but across many of the books it was 17.5 or 18.5. So hopefully you guys cashed on that. If you didn't, you experienced one of the worst beats ever, because he actually hit a 3 with 35 seconds left. That looked like, it was the end of the shot clock. Looked like the ball got out of his hands and he connected on a 3, and they called it no basket. So really brutal if you had the over 19.5. I missed on one of my accounts. All my other accounts cashed because, like I said, I got it 17.5 or 18.5. But on FanDuel it was at 19.5, so of course I didn't hit it on that. But what can you do? And then we were able to cash the Minnesota Timberwolves plus 5.5 spread. They outright won. Really no surprises there for me. Jimmy Butler did get ruled out later in the day, which was obviously nice for us. But even if he played, I think the Timberwolves would have kept that game close as well. And they played pretty solid. Karl-Anthony Towns got in foul trouble early, so they kind of had a nice lead early, then gave it all away. Were trailing. Mostly because Karl-Anthony Towns couldn't play a lot of that first half. And then we missed on Kevon Looney, under 8.5 rebounds. He finishes with 9, of course. He comes back late in the fourth quarter. He was sitting at 7, so we were actually looking pretty good. We can give up 1. Picks up 2 rebounds in like a minute or so, and then gets pulled right out of the game. It was a really nasty beat. He started the first quarter off with 5 rebounds. Didn't have hardly any the rest of the game. And then the fourth quarter, he picks up 2 rebounds in like a minute. So that was pretty sad. So we went 1-2. We're going to get back after it today, though, guys. We're still 16-6 in our last 22 NBA picks. So in our last 7 days here, we're still 16-6. Nice run here at the channel. We're going to get after it today, though, guys. We're going to get this 3-0. So let's get right into our picks. And number 1, we are going with the Detroit Pistons plus 5 spread here versus the Los Angeles Clippers at minus 110 odds. So, guys, out of the All-Star break, the Detroit Pistons have been, honestly, one of the best teams at covering the spread. They've covered the spread in 9 of the last 10 games. They've been very impressive, hanging with a lot of really good teams, and straight up winning 6 out of 10. They're 6-4 in the last 10 games straight up. Been playing really well, particularly at home. They've been playing solid basketball here at home. They're actually 16th in defensive rating and 18th in offensive rating over the last 10 games. if you've been following the Pistons all year, you'll actually be like, wow, it's actually not that bad. They were like, bottom 5 in both those categories pretty much the whole year, and they've picked it up here lately, playing much better, really on both sides of the basketball. Obviously led by the rookie there, Cade Cunningham. Jeremy Grant being back healthy helps them out a lot as well. Sadiq Bey has been playing pretty solid. And, just overall here, the Pistons, like I said, been much better. Obviously, Cade Cunningham leading them right now. He's playing great. I don't mind his lines as well today, even though, the matchup isn't, like necessarily a plus matchup for him. He's been so hot lately. It's hard not to like his PRA lines, his point lines, his assist lines. Just about anything you can take on Cade. Looks pretty solid today. Pistons are actually up to 5th in the NBA against the spread at home for the season. They're 19-14 at home against the spread, so it's obviously pretty solid. Clippers here on the season, 19-16 on the road against the spread. That's solid as well. But here, I'm going to give the edge to the Pistons. We're getting plus points here at home. Anytime we get plus points here for the home team that's been playing great, I always like to see that. And the Clippers don't scare me as a team that's going to, run you off the floor. Clippers aren't to that point. Obviously, both of these teams right now battling through some injuries. Pistons mainly battling injuries here, to their bench, and obviously Isaiah Stewart, but they still have a lot of their core pieces in, which is what I like to see. And then the Clippers, obviously, for the season, they haven't had Kawhi Leonard or Paul George much of the year. And a few other small injuries as well here for the Clippers. So really both teams a little bit banged up here coming in. But I don't think, no key pieces out really here on either side, particularly on the side for the Pistons that would scare me. Like I said, we're still going to have Cade Cunningham, Jeremy Grant, Sadiq Bey. And those are really, the primary guys to think about. Marvin Bagley, and all those guys will play. So I'm not too concerned. There's a couple guys listed as questionable as well, so hopefully they'll play. Killian Hayes, always nice to have him in off the bench. But yeah, like I said here, guys, Pistons have been really solid here lately. Really great out of the All-Star break. I think they keep it going here at home, led by Cade Cunningham. It's not necessarily, when you're betting a team like this, it's hard to make a really strong case in a lot of ways, statistically speaking, just because of how bad they've done most of the year. But like I said, they've picked it up here lately. And, like I said, I think this is going to be a close game. Clippers haven't been that efficient on the offensive side, but they're a great defensive team. So I think this is going to be a tight game. I really do. This will be a tight game. Should come down to the last few possessions, and I obviously like my plus points here. So we'll take it there for our number 1 pick. Detroit Pistons +5 spread here versus the Los Angeles Clippers at -110 odds. Okay, and at number 2, we're going with Kevin Porter Jr. over 14.5 points here for the Houston Rockets at -122 odds. So guys, Kevin Porter Jr. is actually 6 out of his last 10 to this line. So that's obviously pretty solid. He's 4 out of his last 6 here recently as well, so that's obviously very good. He's averaging 14.3 shots per game so far in the month of March. That's up from his season average of 12.1, so we like to see that. And this is a great matchup here with the New Orleans Pelicans, who are allowing the 4th most points in the NBA to point guards. And they also allow the 11th most threes, the 2nd most threes over the last 3 games. So we like to see that team that doesn't defend the 3-point line well. Why is that? Because Kevin Porter Jr. loves to shoot the 3. He's averaging 8 3-point attempts here so far in the month of March. Over half of his shots come from 3-point land. So obviously we like to see that. The last time he played New Orleans here on the road, which is where this game will be, he put up 27 points. And like I said, he jacked up a ton of threes. So it is going to come down to him making shots, of course. It's a make or miss league, so he's going to have to hit his shots when he gets them, but I think we're going to get the opportunities here. I see him getting actually over in shot attempts as far as to his point line. I see him getting 15-plus shots this game and being aggressive, obviously, here in a good matchup. So I think he's lined up here for a big game here from Kevin Porter Jr. Normally, the one thing you'd worry about with the Rockets, with player props, is blowout potential. But obviously, I don't think we really have that. The spread is set at 4.5 here with the Pelicans. Pelicans obviously not going to have Brandon Ingram. Likely not going to have C.J. McCollum as well. So obviously, that brings our blowout potential way down here. So I think the Rockets can hang in here close. And Kevin Porter Jr. should see his full workload as far as minutes go. And like I said, that's really the only thing that I would really worry about here. But like I said, I don't think we'll have to worry about that today, obviously, with the injuries here with the Pelicans. So, love it there, guys. For our number 2 pick, Kevin Porter Jr. over 14.5 points here for the New Orleans Pelicans at minus 122 odds. Okay, and finally, at number 3, we're rolling with James Harden over 7.5 rebounds here for the Philadelphia 76ers at plus 114 odds. So, guys, I love the plus value here. I think that's the big thing that really drew me to this is when I saw plus value and the success that he's had here, particularly versus the Magic. He's drawing a matchup here with the Orlando Magic where they allow the 5th most rebounds in the NBA, the 4th most rebounds over the last 10 games. So we like to see that. And Harden, like I said, Harden's had good success here versus the Magic. He's cashed this line in 4 out of his last 5 games here versus the Orlando Magic with logs of 10, 11, 9, and 12. So when he cashed easily as well. He didn't cash any of those on the hook, which we like to see that. Honestly, today is a good day to target a triple-double on James Harden. I think he's going to have a great shot to get that. His assist line is set to 10.5. And obviously, we're thinking that he's going to get somewhere around 10 rebounds. So obviously, he'll get the points as well. So it is a good day to target the triple-double here on James Harden if you guys wanted to do something like that. So far, James Harden with the Philadelphia 76ers is 4 out of 6 to this line as well. So he's been pretty solid while he's been here with Philly. Magic also allow the 13th most rebounds to point guards by position. But James Harden's a little bit different than your typical point guard. I mean, he gets in there and he wants to grab the rebounds more than most, right? He's hanging out weak side looking to pick up those rebounds a lot. So hopefully, he gets off to a good start, doesn't make us sweat. Like I said, I could easily see him getting the 10 rebounds here. I think this is just, great value here with plus value. And I think he ends up getting there fairly easily. So, love it there, guys. For our number 3 pick, James Harden over 7.5 rebounds here for the Philadelphia 76ers at plus 114 odds. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for our picks. If you enjoyed the content, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We're on the road to 4,000 subscribers. So excited to get there with you guys. We're going to be doing our parlay giveaway once we get to 4,000. As always, just want to say that I really do appreciate all you guys and the support here at the channel. Yesterday was kind of a weird day. Could have easily gone 3-0, and I mean easily. Like I said, though, if you had the Halliburton line, you likely cashed because on most sites it was either 17.5 or 18.5. I can't believe it was actually 17.5 on some sites. On FanDuel, it was 19.5, which is one of the books I took it on. I sometimes put stuff out there like that, so there's room to work with, so you guys know that you could take it up to that. Obviously, I thought he would go over 19.5 still easily. Got a little bit robbed there at the end with that three-pointer. If you guys were watching that and you had 19.5, you experienced a really, really bad beat. Same thing on Looney. Looney comes back in for a minute, collects 2 rebounds, and leaves. It's like, all right, I just had to cash my over, guys. Like, literally, that's what it felt like. Guy hadn't been getting hardly any rebound chances all game, and then of course he comes in 2 minutes, he gets 2 for 2. But what can you do? Not a lot you can do about that. We're gonna get back on track today, though, guys. We're gonna get this 3-0. We're still 16-6 for the week, so sometimes we're gonna deal with some unluckiness. We still cashed our spread pick, which our spreads continue to cook, guys. Sometimes it's even a surprise to me that we're continuing this run. We're 59-24 here on spreads, 59-24-1 on spreads, which continue to cash for us. So we like to see that, and hope we could do that again here. Obviously today with the Pistons, feeling pretty good about that. So let's get after it today, guys. Let's get this 3-0. Let's cash your bets as well, and that's gonna do it for me. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Until we see you next time, peace out.